As the story goes, George Washington served West Indian pepperpot soup to his troops in the dead of winter after crossing the Delaware River. Well, for centuries now, the City Tavern restaurant in Philadelphia has continued this tradition of serving West Indian pepperpot soup. But I'm going to let Executive Chef Walter Staib tell you more.
The City Tavern was blessed that the ships that took the southern route that came from England to Spain via Madeira to the West Indies brought a lot of the fruits and spices from the West Indies. So you had curry and you have allspice and you have nutmeg, you have habanero, and mango, pineapple, papayas. All this was available already here in 1773, imagine.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, I hear that George Washington, back in his day, used a lot of the Caribbean spices and actually made pepperpot soup.
Well, what happened is the aide de camp that were actually attending to the camp were people from the West Indies. And obviously everybody always likes a little culture and their home food. So history has proven to us that he served, after the crossing of the Delaware, a West Indian pepperpot soup, which by the way is also our #1 selling soup here.
Is it?
The recipe I have from Port Antonio style pepperpot soup.
Now, how did you come by this recipe?
I spent some time in the bush with Miss Betty in the early 90s and learned it from scratch, that and many other items. And when I got involved in here in the City Tavern in '94 and the research, and I got into this West Indian pepperpot soup several times, well, I had the recipe ready.
The only thing more incredible than the food at City Tavern was this story, and we knew then and there that we had to get Walter to Jamaica on a raft and back to this now world-famous corner of the Rio Grande River.
Hello, Miss Betty. Long time no see.
Hello, Mr. Walter.
It's been so long, it's been so long.
It's been a very long time we haven't seen each other.
Well, actually, there was a reason that we came here for the first time. We didn't come for a leisure ride. The reason we were mandated to be sent down by the developer of Symphony to really see what Jamaican cuisine is all about. And everybody we always came by here was absolutely flabbergasted, not just only because of the quality of the food and her personality, but also with the technology used, or the lack of technology, I should say, which makes it so great. I mean, here you look, you have little driftwood and you have a few stove pots and you serve excellent meals, which in our industry shows the case sometimes that it's not about equipment, it's about your heart and the passion of delivering good food.
So I said, you know, I'm going down the river to sell some corn and at a zinc pan, the kerosene tin. And I took it down with some corn and I boiled the corn and they sold off. A gentleman that usually sells down here said to me, Betty, you know, tourists will come from the river hungry and want something to eat. I said, all right, tomorrow I'll go and try a chicken. And I came with one chicken and I cooked some plain rice. I didn't have hand to sell it.
And her satisfaction comes when everybody sits around and says, wow, this was good, or I ate too much, it was great. Where sometimes we miss the issue about dollars and cents and just driving for profit. That's not what motivates her. It's the consistency and the quality, and also kind of, and I think in a sense, maintaining and showing off what we have to offer here on this great island of Jamaica. I mean, there's many different cultural roots that we have had over the years. Well, let me show you. See, when I tell you always how we do the breadfruit, look at that. This is roasted. We're talking about right in the fire. This is what you had many times before. And this is where she started her pepper pot. Obviously, it's nice and hot for most people. For most people. Eh? Beautiful, about 15 minutes. And she ties up the spinach differently when you make a small pot than we do it. We chop it in a big one. And then over here, obviously, this is going to be the ultimate. This is her fricassee that she cooks down. Go this way around. Fricassee, then she has rice and peas, and she does her curry. Look at that. Smell that? No, it's good chicken.
You know, there's so many stories about Miss Betty, but until you actually come here and do it and experience it and watch her cook and then taste her food afterwards, there's nothing like it. I mean, nothing can even come close. Her flavors are just incredible.
Can you steal one dumpling?
Yeah, man.
Let him steal one. Paul, try one. You can say without any doubt that the recipes have been left alone because they have a custodian. Miss Betty is the custodian of the recipes and she maintains it, and then she hands it down like to her daughter now, like when she learned it from her grandmother, and then on and on.
From she left off in 97, there I stopped work at the same time because I used to work at a bag factory in Port Antonio. With the Koreans, and then after a while they shut down. And sometimes on and off, and then the truck, no more on and off. And then I just take it up from where my mom stopped out.
What blew my mind most about what I saw was the way that she controlled the temperature when she was cooking, using rocks in different heights. And it wasn't even standard stovetop cooking where you would have charcoal underneath. She's doing it with wood that was wet beforehand, that she, peeled apart and lit and built a fire, and the way that she knows just by looking at a pot what temperature it is, and when she has to take it away, how hot, how cold.
It's good for the soul, for the mind, and for the belly. Because it really comes down the river, it changes you, because it's so tranquil, and you sit back for so many thousands of years, because there's nothing population. The water is just clean. You come down, it's so relaxing. You come down, I just think of seeing Errol Flynn first discovering this whole routine with bringing bananas and then later carrying people. And then coming here and seeing all that, and then the food and her experience just seconds into it. You kind of, for a moment, forget there are cell phones.
Mr. Walter, yes. He wants to refresh his memory or what have you about the Pepperpot soup. He said he got the recipe from me, and then it is going crazy, going wild in the States.
It's not just great food, it's an experience. You can't just say, you can find restaurants where you can eat good food, many places, but this is not about food, it's about everything. It's about culture, that's what it really comes down to.
Yeah. All right.
I should cry. Beautiful.
The best way to experience out of many one is with Miss Betty's food.
You got it, yeah.
You taste all of those influences in her food.
And the ingredients and the stuff, and I think the beauty is that she kept it the way it is, and I am 100% convinced if I come back in 10 years from now, it'll be the same way with the daughter running it, because it's about sticking to it and being consistent,